With uniting under the same banner on January 2nd, 2024, James Wan's Atomic Monster and Blumhouse Productions have unveiled their latest joint project, Night Swim, marking their first release post-merger. Directed by Bryce McGuire, the film narrates the eerie tale of a family who uncovers a haunting presence in their backyard pool. The cast features Wyatt Russell, recently famed for his role as John Walker in the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Disney Plus series, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, alongside Kerry Condon. James Wan and Jason Blum, each with a significant footprint in the horror genre through successful series like Saw and Paranormal Activity, bring their expertise to this new venture. With a runtime of 98 minutes, Night Swim delves into the realm of fear, exploring the horrors that lurk beneath the surface. But before we get into the review, if you enjoy this content, we're trying to reach 200 subscribers, so hit that like button and consider subscribing to help out the channel. Also, hitting the notification bell will alert you when we drop new content. Now, let's get critical. The story begins in 1992, where a young Rebecca Summers ventures to her family's pool to fetch her terminally ill brother's lost toy boat. As she reaches for the toy, an unseen force drags her underwater. Fast forward to the present, Ray Waller, portrayed by Wyatt Russell, is in search for a new home following a forced retirement from baseball due to illness. The Waller family stumbles upon a house with a pool, ideal for Ray's water therapy and enjoyable for their children, Izzy and Elliot. During a pool inspection, the maintenance technician explains that the pool is fed by an underground spring, historically believed to possess healing properties. Kerry Condon plays Ray's wife, Eve, who notices Ray's increasingly odd behavior the more time he spends in the pool, even as his illness miraculously goes into remission. At a pool party, Ray is assaulted by something beneath the water, and Eve learns from the realtor about Rebecca's drowning in the same pool decades earlier. The Waller children also encounter the malevolent force, but keep silent, fearing another move. Eve uncovers the dark past of the pool and its string of disappearances after meeting with the Summers family, learning from the ailing Lucy Summers, Rebecca's mother, that the pool's healing comes at a grim cost, a life in exchange for the cure. Realizing the danger her children face, Eve races home. Ray, now under the entity's control, attacks Izzy, intending to offer Elliot to the sinister presence in the pool. Eve plunges into the transformed waters to save Elliot, guided by Rebecca's spirit. With Izzy's help, Eve manages to free Ray from the entity's grip momentarily. To protect his children, Ray sacrifices himself to the depths. Determined to prevent further tragedy, Eve and her children resolve not to sell the house, but to permanently seal the pool, ensuring no one else suffers their fate. Bryce McGuire endeavors to infuse this film with an eerie and unsettling atmosphere, yet the reliance on minimal jump scares, a singular setting, and simplistic characters with little depth make it challenging to elicit genuine terror. Despite a $15 million budget, which is substantial compared to the cost-effective yet successful horror films produced by James Wan and Jason Blum for under $2 million, the effort appears lackluster. This being Bryce McGuire's first venture into directing, the attempt to explore aquatic horror doesn't quite resonate. The film's premise that the pool harbors a malevolent hunger feels less convincing than if set in the vast, unpredictable ocean where dangers can lurk unseen. McGuire tries to bridge this believability gap by introducing an otherworldly dimension to the pool's depths, reminiscent of the sunken place from Get Out. The character development is straightforward and lacks complexity. Ray's sole focus on returning to his sports career leaves the impact on his wife, Eve, and their family largely unexplored, except for a brief mention of Eve's isolated experience during childbirth. This lack of emotional depth and the family's quick acceptance of Ray's sacrifice suggest missed opportunities to explore underlying tensions. Crafting a horror story requires a delicate mix of revelation and concealment, suggestion and explicitness. While the film presents an interesting concept of the pool as a sinister wishing well that demands a steep price for its gift, it falls short in fleshing out the origins and motivations of the supernatural force at play. The premise had potential, but the execution failed to fully deliver on its promise. In a film centered around the menacing aspects of a pool's deep end, the storyline surprisingly lacks depth. McGuire opts for a cautious approach, resulting in a film that feels as uninspired as wet noodle entertainment. Those who recall Nickelodeon's Are You Afraid of the Dark episode titled The Tale of the Dead Man's Float will recognize a similar premise of a haunted pool, yet may find it delivers a more chilling narrative than Night Swim. A key element in crafting horror, the soundtrack or score plays a pivotal role in amplifying suspense and fear, an area where Night Swim falls short. Personally, pools have never been a source of fear for me, making it difficult to suspend disbelief for the film's premise, even with the entity remaining unseen and supposedly explaining the character's unawareness of its presence until their abrupt encounters. For those seeking more compelling and terrifying offerings from these studios, I recommend checking out The Conjuring or Insidious for superior storytelling and a genuine sense of horror. With that said, I'm giving this movie 1 out of 5 stars.